How do they say hello in India? Teach me.
Kaise ho, that means hello in India.
You just
Kaise
call me
ho.
what?
Oh, I got onto the plane in Hong Kong hoping that this is the right plane. Yeah. And here I am.
You're watching Vibes and Visas with me, Charlie Karomi, and in living room today is the one, the only Karan. How are you doing, man?
Thank you.
Yo, part one, you told us the incredible story of how you came here all the way from Gujarat. Your 40, 50 hour journey here, you meeting Neil and MJ, them offering you a place to stay 20 days, that's a month, no rent, just because they saw a kid in need.
That's
and they
cool.
helped out.
Yep.
Let me tell you, the kindness of those people. Actually, Canadians are actually really kind people.
They're really nice.
Really kind
Really
people.
nice.
And we thank them for that. But anyway, that's where we are. We were in NIC. We're studying global business management. You graduated in what, 2018?
2018. That's
2018.
correct.
You're out. But before, even as you were in school, you were working, right?
I was, yeah. 20
Where?
hours a week. That's what I'm legally allowed. That's what I think.
Students are only allowed 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
So where were you working?
So I got my first job at this company doesn't exist. It was taken over by a different company, but it's called PWD. It's like the company that serves free samples at Costco.
And there's a company that's specifically just for that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and
was that the work that you were doing? Like
that was my first job
at Costco, like free samples?
Yes.
Bro, my first job, right? My first job in Nairobi, there is a company called Qual. And they make wines and spirits, but they were coming out with a brand of juice.
Right.
It's called Yatta.
Right.
My first job ever was standing in a supermarket. There were a big supermarket chain back then called Nakumat.
Right.
So my job was standing in the aisle that had the juices. And then as you pass by, I go like, "Hi, would you like to sample some of our juice?"
Right.
And that was my job.
There you go. We got something in common. We got something in common.
Come on.
We got something in common.
There you go.
And so that was my first job, serving free samples at Costco. And of course, minimum wage job, right?
Yeah.
Back then it was like $10 something.
Yeah.
That job actually kind of helped me a lot in my speaking skills and understanding
Because you had
English.
to interact with people all the time.
Yeah, and you have to explain them about the product, what are the good things, what are the, benefit if they use the product, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to go through the whole list of, talking points and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you're pitching to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about customers, like what they're looking for, what their needs are.
Yeah.
And even if the product is really good, sometimes they don't want it.
Yeah.
So there's really so many different areas that it kind of helped me understand, because it's one-on-one interaction. Yeah. Right?
It's the stuff that they don't teach in school. You're learning business, but this is the real business that you're learning on the ground.
It's like one-on-one.
Yeah.
You can see their expression. You can see
when you say this, they react in this way. When you say that, they react in another way. Yeah.
And then next time, if you mess up something, next time you improvise.
Yeah.
Right?
You're like, oh, customers don't like that, so let me say this.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So that was first job. You went from there. You worked there for a while, right?
I think I worked there for like 9 months.
Okay.
9 months. And then one day I was driving by Walmart. I was like, hey, you know what? I want to work here. So I kind of applied online and I got the job at Walmart. So I did Walmart for like a year and a half. And I was kind of manager there. I was manager there.
Oh, you moved. Wait, were you hired as a manager or did you move up?
No, I did move up.
Okay,
I was hired as a produce associate just to stock shelves in produce fresh department.
Yeah.
And then from there, I became a manager. And then I just kind of did that for another year.
Nice. Okay. So Costco, PND? PWD, Walmart. When does the trades come in? Is this after you graduated or?
A long after. Initially, I never saw myself working in trades ever. when I was in school, I always wanted to wear a suit and a tie, going to the work.
Take a briefcase and
9
then
to
go
5,
into the, yeah.
you know, and drive a Mercedes every day back and forth to work, right? So that was my dream. That was my dream. And that's what I was working towards to achieve it.
That vision of Karan in a suit going to an office 9 to 5.
Yeah, and trades never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Not even once.
Yeah.
And this is when I was working at A&W.
Are you, after Walmart, you worked at A&W?
That's correct.
Okay.
I worked at a fast food restaurant. I was hired as a manager there. And then I did that for about 2.5, 3 years. And then after that, I was like, you know, I want a career change. So I quit the job. And I was just, you know, figuring out what I want to do, what are my life preferences are, and what career I really want to dedicate my life for, like next 50, 60 years.
Yeah, like the next phase of your
Exactly.
life. Yeah.
And when one day I was just sitting there, and at my place we just had some kind of plumbing emergency, and then we called our property management company, and they sent a plumber to our house. And then I knew this plumber from my previous job from restaurant.
Okay.
So, and we got along really well, and he kind of said that, hey, you know, I seen you work, you're a hardworking guy, you always listens, you're attentive and you're respectful. So, you know, if you want to join a trade, I'll put in a good word for you. And, you know,
nice.
And after that, it's up to you.
Wait, is this Dwight?
There's Dwight.
It's Dwight is a mutual friend of ours, super cool guy, all the way from Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So Dwight is the one who, wait, when you say you met him at a previous job, did he used to work at A&W as well? Or?
No, he was a plumber, and we would hire his company to come and do all the plumbing related work.
So you'd interacted with him before?
Yes.
So that time you called him up to the house, he's like, yo, man, come join trades. Come on. It's a pretty nice one. And he told you the kind of money like tradespeople get, and you're like...
Yeah, he didn't say about money. He said, if you're a hardworking person, you're going to do well. That's all he said.
Okay.
And he said, you're a hardworking guy. If you give your 100% to it, anyone can make it.
That's a really interesting point. So for you, it wasn't even the per hour rate. You just wanted a change from what you were doing.
I wanted a change. I was, I'm the kind of person who always looked at the long-term loss than a short-term profit in any situation. So I was like, okay, this is good now, but what about 5-10 years from now, right? So I always look like long-term. So, and that's how I thought that, you know, if I get into this industry when I'm young, I can do really well.
Yeah.
And then once I'm old, I can retire with, you know, whatever I have. And there's like tons and tons of different options that you can go in. You
know, every time I make one of these episodes of Vibes and Visas, I always look out for the words that the phrase that I'll use in the trailer. And I just found mine for this episode. You always look at the long term. You always consider the long term loss instead of the short term
gain.
Nice. I like it.
I like
that. I'll use that one. Wait, pause for a little bit. I need to change the battery on this one. Part 2 wasn't supposed to end there, but let's end part 2 there, and then we'll wrap up everything in part 3, because at this point, Karan has gotten the idea of working in trades. So part 3, we explore how you got in, how that's going, and where we are currently.
Sounds good.
Dope. This battery things. Anyway, Vibes and Visas will be right back.
And now my love for you is so strong.